Yeah, thank you.
Well, right now, the National Transportation Safety Board holding its final hearing into last year's fiery train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. NTSB board members discussing the Norfolk Southern derailment, the release of hazardous materials, and recommended safety improvements to prevent future disasters. Now, following today's hearing, there will be a community meeting tonight at East Palestine High School, and that's where we find NewsNation investigative correspondent Rich McHugh. Rich, how is the community reacting to what they're hearing? I understand some people just stood up and walked out.
Yeah, not well. They've heard what they needed to hear, that ultimately Norfolk Southern, the NTSB is basically saying Norfolk Southern did not have to do this fire. They did not have to do this vent and burn, and basically proved it in these meetings. A couple headlines here: that there were sensors 20 miles west of here that did not pick up the train on fire. That is a flaw that should have happened, and they're proposing some recommendations for that. Norfolk Southern did not tell first responders and people here on the scene for quite some time what was in these tank cars, that there was toxic vinyl chloride that they were potentially being exposed to. The NTSB in their investigation interviewed a person, Norfolk Southern employee who works on the desk, which receives the alerts when trains are having severe problems. This is Jennifer Homendy, the chair of the NTSB, recounting these troubling conversations. Take a look.
He said numerous times there's not an allowance for a lunch break, but he would run down, get his lunch, come back, and at that point it wasn't really staffed. Right. It would be flashing, and if they came back, then they would take care of any alerts. No lunch break, no bathroom break. Right. They'd have to run down and then come back. Yeah. Which I think is certainly not a way to run a railroad.
The most troubling admissions or findings that we've heard today are what we alluded to at the top of this, is that Norfolk Southern withheld information from the incident commander, the person who ultimately had to make the decision to burn these tank cars. Take a look.
Norfolk Southern and its contractors, who were in control of the derailment scene assessment, compromised the integrity of the vent and burn decision by withholding complete and accurate expert opinions and information from the incident commander.
Now, I've asked Norfolk Southern, an official, earlier for an interview. He declined. I asked him specifically about these findings in the NTSB hearing just now. He writes, the NTSB mischaracterized the basis of the recommendation as being solely predicated on polymerization. That's the heating up of the tanks. That is not accurate. Several key factors indicated the strong possibility of a catastrophic, uncontrolled explosion. So basically, they're saying that wasn't the only thing. There were other factors, the reasons why we recommended blowing up these tanks and burning this vinyl chloride. Natasha.
Okay, I appreciate you bringing that to us. But, Rich, bottom line, it is so concerning to hear. It sounds like that burn, which ultimately ended up impacting 16 states, did not need to happen at all. Rich McHugh bringing the very latest on the ground. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.